Welcome to the Pacific Northwest, more specifically the Willamette Valley in December. My name is Mike. Over the past decade, my wife and I have learned a ton about the world of natural fibers from our friend Wendy at Shaggy Farms, and we want to turn around and share some of that knowledge with you. Today we're going to be discussing Romneys. They are a wonderful breed of sheep which has been developed over the centuries to handle, you guessed it, the Romney Marsh. As the Britons centuries ago were pushing back the seawalls to create and reclaim land which created the Romney Marsh, they created a great boggy, marshy area which has a lot of great forage for livestock. Unfortunately, that humid, muddy, damp environment is not very great for a lot of animal health. So after centuries of selective breeding and you slap in additionally Leicester long wool, shazam, you got Romneys. They don't felt very easily, very resilient in those environments. They work so well, they've been exported all over the globe. The United States got their first flock of Romneys back in 1904, less than a 40-mile drive away from Shaggy Farms just outside of Monmouth, Oregon. And they have flourished ever since. To take a closer look at the breed, let's take a look at Shaggy Farms' own Lizzie. As you can see, she's stinking adorable, very friendly. There are variations in the breed. Because they've been around for so long. They are different colors. And then if you look at their fiber, they're usually pretty consistent on the backside, but on their head, some of them can have a nice clean head. They'll look like a Lincoln or a BFL where it's just short hair. Some of them have wool all over their schnoz, and you just see two little beady spots for their eyes and just a little bit right around their nose and mouth. As you can see, she's a decent size here. They are considered dual purpose. That means meat or fleece. At Shaggy Farms, they are a no-kill farm, so that means they are fleece and friendship. Taking a closer look at the fleece, you can see in the picture I'm putting up there, you can see that when you break the wool apart, it is a nice even crimp from near the skin all the way to the tip. And it's nice and warm, nice, fairly soft, and not a lot of oil. To take a closer look at the fiber, we're going to look at it after it's been turned into roving or yarn. Romney fiber is a fantastic all-purpose wool. To demonstrate some of the wonderful properties of it, we're going to take a first look at this hand-spun sport weight yarn. If you see it here, this is not very dense, so it's not draping on it yet. It's not very shiny, it's pretty dull. When you squeeze it, it is springy and cushy. Think insulating. When you feel it, it is not prickly at all. It's not as fine as your merinos, unless you happen to get a very rare lamb's fleece out of this, which is fine enough. You're probably not want to go close to skin on this one, but it is very durable, very insulating, very cushy. So where would you use this type of wool? Think of anything where you want hard wearing, insulating. So think of your knit caps, mittens, gloves, sweaters, socks. Awesome for all those purposes. Where would you not want to use this? Again, very rarely you'd want to use it for undergarments, but you could also don't want to do it anywhere where you have any patterns we want to show off, such as cabling when you're knitting something up, or if you're weaving something in a tapestry where there's a pattern there. This is puffy. You need that shiny, dense fiber to show off and make those patterns pop. So don't use it in those situations, or use it with something else to make that happen. Let's move on to roving to show off the other qualities of the Romney fleeces. So Romneys are awesome at taking up colors. If you have a white fleece, if you want a bold color, you can have it. Whatever you dye it, you're going to get it, and it's going to be awesome. If you have a colored fleece, it's going to add a lot of richness and depth to whatever you dye. So they can come in browns, grays, blacks. The lighter it is, so like this one, you have a gray brown fleece here, it's going to give it a heathery look. If you have a really dark gray, black, the darker it is, the more iridescent it's going to look. If you talk to Wendy at Shaggy Bear Farms, she has white Romneys, brown Romneys, and gray Romneys. I think dark gray Romneys. So depending on what she has in stock, she has a lot of options for you. If you're talking to another Romney breeder or Romney supplier, don't hesitate to ask to see what they have in stock, because there's a wide variety of things you can do with them. So just so you can see what the staple looks like, usually a Romney fleeces are about 3 to 5 inches in length, but again, since they're all over the world, been around for a while, there definitely can be some variations. Spins up nicely, and I hope you enjoyed this introduction to Romneys. We will see you around. You have questions and want to know where to find answers. There's no buts about it. Best resource is the Fleece and Fiber Source book in my mind. There's no other reference out there which combines all those breeds, their history, and what to expect when you process their fiber, whether it's processing the fiber or dyeing it. It's not only a fantastic reference, but it's beautifully made. There's some fantastic pictures in there. It would make a great coffee table book. So if you have a special someone out there who's always looking for a unique fiber and for the next new project out there, this would make a great Christmas, birthday, St. Swithin's Day gift. But if you're like, I don't have time for that to come in the mail, or do you have a free resource? Oklahoma State University has you covered. Their website covers just about any breed out there which you can find in the United States. The downside is it mainly focuses on animal husbandry. So if you're looking for information about a fleece and what to expect with that, it's going to be a little skimpy there. So the next best place to go would be to a breed-specific organization. I'm going to stick a link down below to a clearinghouse for some breed-specific organization websites in the United States. Some of them are better than others, but if they don't outright tell you that their breed is the best bar none, they are going to at least tell you why their breed is awesome and what you can expect from using their breed. So if you can't find the information you want from them there, they can hopefully have contact information to put you in touch with breeders, hopefully local ones, so when the pandemic is over, you can get in touch with them and get your hands on the real thing. But if you're like, Mike, I just have a couple questions. I don't want a research project. Can I just email you? Shaggy Bear Farms has you covered. If you want to email Wendy at Shaggy Bear Farms, especially if it's regarding any of the 40 plus breeds she raises, she's a wealth of information and should hopefully be able to answer your question. If she can't answer it, she should be able to at least point you in the right direction. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation, and we will see you next time.